welcome back to a new episode of Sugar Folk Homemade, my podcast where I talk about all the things I have been crafting. I am on a roll lately with filming every week. If you've been here for a while, you know that's not typically the case, but I'm trying to get better about that. With that being said, the videos are a bit shorter, which really is to my benefit today because we've had a very busy day and I almost didn't film, but then I thought, you know what, I can sit down for 20 minutes, knock it out. There we go. So that's really all I have to show anyways because I only have a week's worth of crafting. So with that being said, we will jump right in. If you are new here, my name is Michaela and I'm coming to you from a small town in North Carolina where I live with my husband and our 3 kids. And if you are returning, welcome back. I'm not using my mic today because honestly, I don't like the way that it picks up on like every little mouth sound that I make. So I hope the quality of the audio is okay. I didn't used to use a mic and it was fine, so we're gonna run with it. All right, so let's jump right in and I'll talk about what I'm wearing because this is a newly finished object. This is my hyacinth lace peplum top. I just finished this yesterday. This is crochet, if you can't tell. But I will go ahead and stand up and show you guys what the whole thing looks like. So, as you can see, we've got the really cute ruffly sleeves, V-neck, and then the back this is going to be kind of hard. The back ties in the middle. I hope you could see that. When I talked about this as I was making it, I was nervous about this area because I thought I wouldn't be able to wear a bra with this because of the back, which it looks better without one, but I can get away with wearing it with a bra. So that's been really good. That is definitely helpful. I feel like I just feel more secure that way. I took pictures of it yesterday to post on Instagram and I didn't wear a bra then, and it looked okay, but it felt weird. It was very uncomfortable for me. So I'm glad that it works out like this. I'm sure I could find one with a smaller back strap to even disguise it more, or just lower it so that the bow covers up the clasps. And through here, you know, whatever. We all know women wear bras, so if you can see it, who cares? But anyways, I really love the way that this turned out. I think it's so cute, and a crochet top is something that I see them all the time and they're so cute, but I like refuse to buy them because I just learned, I may have mentioned this before, I hope the wind is not too loud. I just learned recently that knit fabric can be produced by a machine. We know that. But crochet fabric apparently cannot. So anytime you see something that has been crocheted, if it is actual crochet and not just something that resembles crochet, but actual crochet, somebody did that by hand. And so a lot of times when I see crochet pieces, they're usually like fast fashion, which I know we all do our best, but at the end of the day, you can only do so much. But anyways, if it's priced really cheap, specifically crochet, I'm like, somebody had to actually make that. And I can make it, so let me just make it myself. So finally, I took the plunge and made one myself, and I think it is adorable. And this was just acrylic yarn that I had in stash, nothing fancy. It'll probably stretch out over time, and then I'll probably end up having to like fix the sleeve depth or something, but it's fine. In the beginning, I talked about how this top was very customizable because every step of the way you are basing it off of your own personal measurements, which I really liked because then you end up with a garment that fits you perfectly. But I kind of don't like being left up to my own discretion because, for example, when I got to the straps, you measure how long it is from here to where you're going to want it to tie on the back. And she does give her measurements so you can have a guide. And so you make your chain as long as that measurement, but crochet stretches quite a bit. And so I was afraid that I was going to make it too long, and then you don't want your straps flying off. But if it was too tight, then this whole thing was going to be lifted up and just be out of place. So it ended up okay, but I did have to do it a couple times to get the numbers right. And that is something that, again, I like that it's customizable, but I think I'm just so used to patterns telling you exactly what to do that it kind of puts me in an awkward place when I have to figure out the numbers. So yeah, that was my only complaint about this pattern. Well, that's not true. I have one other thing, and I'm not trying to be nitpicky, but I do wish that there was some kind of like, and I can go back and add this, some kind of like elastic just through here, because if you do decide to go braless with this top, maybe the youngsters don't have this problem, but those of us, especially that have had children, things just don't sit exactly where you want them to, and I like a little support, so a little elastic there would be nice, to like tighten the bust part in, to keep everything where it's supposed to be. It feels weird talking about this on the internet, but at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure the majority of my viewers are women, so it's okay. And if not, whatever. So yeah, I do kind of wish that there was that, but like I said, I can always go back in. I thought about making just a really long crochet chain and kind of weaving it through here and then having it join in with the bow so that I could adjust how tight I wanted that. And I may end up doing that, but for now that I've realized I can just wear a bra with it and it's fine, not a big deal. So yeah, that is my hyacinth lace peplum top. This pattern is not on Ravelry, it is on Etsy, so I will leave a link below as always for where you can find the pattern. Okay, moving on. I'm going to do what I usually do, and I'm going to show you the things you have already seen before that I have made progress on. There are some things that I have not made progress on, and like I've said in the past, if you don't see a project for a while, unless I say that I frogged it, it's just in hibernation. Someone mentioned my rose cardigan that I started last year. I do still have it. I have 1/4 of it completed and it is just in hibernation, and I do really want to pick it back up, but now is not the time because right now I'm focused on what I have going right now. But it is waiting for me and I will pick it back up along with everything else that I have in hibernation. I think I said it last episode, I'm still very excited about everything that I have on my needles. I just don't have the brain capacity and the time to work on all of them. So some of them are put to the side, but they will be revisited at the proper time. So, things you've already seen. You've seen all of these except for one. So let me just start with my time. My time or your time? My time? Sweater? I think it's My Time. My Time sweater by Lily Kate France. So I've got a little bit more done since last week. So last week I just had the back piece, the top back piece completed, and I have now picked up stitches for the right front, as you can see here. And I think, so the pattern has I would need to go 3 more rows down through here, including this V-neck right here. But I don't necessarily want mine to be super low, and I have a feeling that my row gauge might be a tiny bit longer than hers, so I'm gonna stop here. Just because I don't really want that super deep V, because I'd like to have the option to not wear an undershirt with this. So if it's too low, this just seems like a good place, and I think that's about where it would hit. I think that's a good spot. So And even if that's too deep, I can always, when I'm done, I can just sew up a couple of those bottom notches. But yeah, I think I'm gonna stop there as far as the neck goes. And then, so I'm done with this side. I need to pick up the other side. And yeah, I'm still very much obsessed with this color because it's gorgeous and it is so soft because there is mohair. This is Drops Cotton Merino and Drops Kid Silk in pistachio and pistachio ice cream. And it is working up beautifully and rather quickly because it is big needles. But I'm only working on this like maybe 30 minutes a day right now because I don't know that I'm gonna get a whole lot of wear out of it this summer. It's a little too warm. But I could on like a cool summer evening. So I do still want to finish it soon. But I started a summer tank top that I'm really excited about, so that's kind of been taken over. The next three things you have seen, I almost wondered if I should even show this one. This is my Tilly cardigan. It's very much the same as last time. I mean, I have made progress, but it's just this, we're still looking at the same thing here. I don't know where I was last time, but I'm getting there. I am going to crop it just a bit, so we're not too far off from completing the body. And this one, I have been working on this quite a bit because for Mother's Day, my husband, I told him, I was like, listen, this is what I want. Just let me pick it out. And so I picked out this really beautiful blue and white patchwork shirt dress from April Cornell. It's an online boutique and I'm obsessed with them. They have such pretty dresses. I really want to finish this so that I can wear it with that dress because I think based on the pictures that it's going to match perfectly. So yeah, not much excitement to see with that one, but it has been getting some love. Okay, the next two, again, you've seen these before, so I'm just going to kind of fly through them. These are my Midsummer Blossom socks. These are so pretty. I have completed the heel flap and gusset, and I have completed the decreases, so now it's just straight stockinette, and it's just so stinking pretty. Like, that's all I can say. It's so simple, but the colors are just beautiful. I love that so much. So, yeah, not much to say about these either, but progress is being made, and I'm really, really excited about these socks. All the socks that I've made in the past, they're all pretty bright and colorful, which I love, but I'm excited to have a neutral pair of socks that are neutral but still have that element of color and not total simpleness. Did that make any sense? It's simple, but it's not like just super plain, you know? So I'm really excited about these. I just can't stop looking at that color. I'm obsessed with this yarn. This is that Long Dog yarn in the Outlander, from the Outlander collection. And I told you guys I was gonna make a like a little neckerchief scarf with the remaining of this, and that's not true, because then I watched Amber's from A Lovely Yarn. I watched her video on single skein projects, and there was this one shawl that uses, I think she said it was the linen stitch. You only use one ball of yarn, but if it's variegated, the linen stitch makes it look like it's woven, and it's so pretty. I will, if I remember, I'll put the picture of it and the name over here so you guys can see it. And I think that it would show off this yarn a lot better than the little neckerchief I was going to make. And I think I would get more wear out of it because, I don't know, I just do. So that's what I'm going to do with the rest of that. Which is why I have not casted on that neckerchief, because I'm no longer going to make it. Well, I might still make it, maybe just in a different color. But this yarn, I'm so picky about what I'm using that yarn in because I love it so much. So, as of now, it's going towards the woven, like, shawl. Things could change, but for now, that's what I'm thinking. And then the other socks that I had going are the Ruffle Socks by Petite Knit. These are for my sister-in-law. I just finished the heel flap last night. They are looking adorable. They're so cute. So I had her try them on to see how long she wanted the leg, and she actually wants the leg to where this pops right out the top of her boot. So we measured it and it should fit perfect. And I did try these on. I talked about how I thought they were going to be too big, but it is a very comfortable fit on the leg. So it's working out. And I did tell her I think I'm going to decrease down to 60 stitches because this is the 64 stitch, but it's on a 2.75 millimeter. So I think I'm going to decrease down to 60 stitches just to give her a tighter foot so they're not like slipping around on her foot and her boots. And then of course if that's, she'll try them on again, and if it's too tight then we'll go back to the 64. So yeah, these are really cute. I feel like these socks are flying. I'm usually really slow with socks. Honestly, because I tend to forget about them because it's such a small project, but I have just been in a sock mood lately, and I've actually been taking my knitting everywhere. I used to be pretty timid about taking my knitting with me places, but it goes everywhere with me now. So things are getting worked on quicker, specifically small projects. And I think that the pink heel flap is just a cute little touch to an already like very cute and dainty sock. So yeah, that is that. And now there's actually two things that you haven't seen. Well, one you have, but it was a long time ago. I'll start with that one. So now that I've finished this crochet top, I do like to crochet. I thought maybe I should crochet something else, have something crocheted in the works. And then I remembered that I started this blanket last spring, I believe. How is this connected? I'm so confused. Oh, okay. Yeah, I started this blanket last spring, and it makes me so happy to look at it because it's so fun and bright. And this is, oh, this was a self-drafted pattern with little tulips. Can you see that those are supposed to be tulips? It's such a fun blanket, and oh my gosh, it's so pretty. And I mean, I have a pretty good chunk done. I would say like a third of it is complete. If I went 2 more thirds, it would be a good size. But here's the problem. I forgot what I was doing. So I can read my stitches pretty well, but I'm going to have to sit down and really look at it and just kind of play around with it to figure out what I was doing. And apparently I lost the hook that I had in the bag with this, or maybe I used it for something else, and I don't remember what hook I used. I'm hoping that I mentioned it in the video where I talked about this around this was 2 years ago, because it was like 2 Christmases ago that I think I mentioned it. I don't know. Time is weird to me. Anyways, I need to go find the podcast where I talked about it and see if I mentioned the hook size, because I have no idea what hook size I used, and that's pretty important. So for now, I just have this sitting in my rocking chair staring at me until I put in the work to figure out what's going on, because I would love to finish this. A crochet afghan, there's just nothing like it. They're so cozy, and this is acrylic yarn, so the more you wash it, it just gets softer and softer. And I love the density of a crochet blanket because they're just nice and heavy, and I like a good cozy blanket. And it'll just be so beautiful on the back of the couch in the spring and summer because, I mean, who doesn't love tulips, right? So yeah, that is my tulip blanket that I want to get back on the needles. I just thought I would throw that in here, show you guys since I had it out. Now, the cast on that I have, I'm so excited about this. This is what I was originally going to use that Outlander yarn for. I told you, I changed my mind a lot. This is the Upwards Top by Lily Kate France. And I decided to do it in this yellow yarn. It's mainly yellow, but it has some greens in there and some whites. This is a Tippy Tree Yarns in the color Felicity. And according to the pattern page, my size, I should be able to get a garment out of this skein and the mini as a contrast. This is just the mini. I don't even know exactly. This either came from my Advent, but I don't think so, or from my shawlography shawl, which was a long time ago. But it's just a white that has some speckles in it. There's some yellow, so it'll tie in. There's some purple. It's the only one I had that was neutral enough to really go with it. So I just completed the top front, so just like the top section, and it looks tiny. So I don't know, this is a negative ease pattern, and I'm making the same size as the sample, which is the size 2, which is to fit a bust 32, 34, I believe. And I'm a 34, so I'm really hoping that this isn't going to come out too small. But it is superwash yarn, so I know it's going to stretch. And I'm trying to just trust the process because, like I said, I have the same gauge as her typically. So we're going to go with it, but it just looks so tiny. Okay, so before I hold it up to me, you can see the little I-cord edge. So it's a little halter. I mean, it just looks itty bitty, but you know what, I'm just gonna trust the process, and if it's too small, I'll give it away to my daughter, I guess. But yeah, I think it'll be okay. I'm just trying to trust the process. Like I said, it's gonna grow. It is meant to be small, like it's not an oversized garment by any means. We'll see how it goes. I do think it's really pretty. I think this was a good color choice because you can see the variegated. It's got some greens in there. Sorry, I was just staring at the screen. My mom texted me and it popped up. So yeah, that's my Upwards Top by, again, Lily Kate France. And I think now I think I was going to do this last night and then I didn't have the brain space. I've got to put these needles on hold and then start a new I-cord for the back. And the I-cord, the way she had to do the I-cord was a way I've never done before. Instead of, you typically like knit so many stitches, but then you put them back on a needle and knit them again. Instead, you just knit them and then you pull your needle through to the other side, knit it, and then you just keep pulling your needle through. I thought that was kind of cool. It seemed easier to me than moving them back and forth. But maybe it just felt that way because it was something different. Okay, so that's all I got for today. I probably will not see you guys next week because, oh, the cat's here. He's going to try to escape. I better shut the door. So yeah, I most likely will not see you next week because we are going to go on a little staycation. Why did I even say that? A little mini vacation over the weekend. Not even the weekend. Still in the week with the kids. So I will not be here, and hopefully that just means I'll have double to show the next week. My garden is really starting to do well, and I'm so excited to show you guys what it's looking like because it is my dream come true, and I just love it so much, and I'm so proud of it because I have worked my tail off to get it where it is. And actually, crazy garden story, we were down there this morning planting a new perennial that I got, and the kids were with me. I was inside the little garden perimeter, and the boys were eating honeysuckle off of the fence across from the garden. And out of the corner of my eye, I see a snake within arm's reach go by me, headed for the boys. It was just a black rat snake. I think I didn't have time to like quickly observe it too much because I was kind of panicked. It was going straight for the boys, so I just calmly said, "Boys, get out of the way." And it went into the little honeysuckle bush. So that was kind of scary. We've had snakes up at the house before, but never just out in like the flat yard. And it came from in the grass, but the grass is not long. I don't know, I've never seen one just in the yard. I've always seen them, we had one in our basement once actually, but I usually see them in like our bank that is full of ivy. They like to kind of burrow in there. So I was just shocked to see it out in the flat yard. And obviously it scared me to death when I'm just minding my business gardening, and I look over and there's like, it was about 4 or 5 foot long, and it just like went past me so fast. And snakes are so fast. It's crazy to me. But yeah, I'm just glad it was just a rat snake and nothing more, because we do have copperheads and rattlesnakes here. And thank goodness I've never seen one on our property, but it does scare me with the kids being outside a lot. And they all just kept asking me, "But that's a nice snake, right?" And I was like, "Sure, okay, it's not poisonous, but that doesn't mean that you ever try to touch it," you know, and we're not snake experts, so even if you think it's just a black rat snake, you don't go anywhere near it. Yeah, snakes are scary. Anyways, that was a ramble. Cooper would like to say hello, I guess. Okay, well, until next time, I hope you all have a very lovely Mother's Day if you are in the States. I don't even know where all this holiday is, but I do know it is this Sunday if you are in the States. So if you are a mother, and even if you're not a mother, I'm sure you have people in your life to celebrate. Happy Mother's Day, and I hope you guys have a great couple weeks until I see you again. And yeah, happy crafting. Bye.